Welcome, friends. Good morning, neighbors. Today we're going to be learning a story called a parable. And Jesus told parables to help us to understand who God is and more about heaven, what heaven's going to be like. So today Jesus told us a story about a helpful neighbor. There's a difference between having neighbors and being neighbors. This one comes from Luke chapter 10. Now Jesus came upon a man who was a lawyer or an expert in the law of Moses. And he tried to trick Jesus, so he said, "Master, what must I do to have eternal life?" And Jesus turned to him and said, "What does the law say?" And he said, "Oh, that's easy. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, your mind, and your strength. And love your neighbor as yourself." Jesus said, "That is correct." But the man tried to defend himself and get the attention off of himself, so he said, "Who is my neighbor?" And that is when Jesus began to tell a parable about a good neighbor. So Jesus told the story of a man who was going down the road from Jerusalem to Jericho. And it was a long and dark and dangerous road. And he was all by himself. And there were robbers hiding in the bushes.
Hey, those aren't robbers, those are ninjas.
Well, in this story, they're robbers, but really ninjas would make good modern-day robbers because they can hide in the bushes.
Yeah, and I didn't even see that man right there.
Yeah, I know, his clothes blend in really well. But they saw the man coming, and they jumped out, and they did their karate moves on him. And they hit him on the head with a rock, and they took his money, and they took his clothes, and they left him for dead. "Come on, man, what'd you get?"
Man, I got a candy bar.
"I got money. Hey, let's go." "Yeah." They left him there to die. And then three men came. The first one came was a high priest. Oh. And the high priest saw him laying there, but he knew that he might become unclean if he touched a dead person. So he passed on the other side of the road, and he didn't even stop to help. And he walked on the path to Jericho. Then a second man was walking down the road, and he was a Levite.
Hey, that's not a Levite, that's Chewbacca.
No, that's a Levite.
No, that's Chewbacca from Star Wars.
No, that's actually a Levite. And see, they were dirty because they worked in the church a lot, so they had to pick it up and set it up somewhere else, and they were dirty, and so that's not fur, that's dirt. Anyway, the man that even worked at the church, he saw that there was a hurt person there, and he just waved his arms, and he passed over on the other side of the road. And then the third man, the hero of the story, came into the picture.
You mean like Batman Duck?
No, there's no ducks, not like...
Oh, you mean Green Lantern Duck?
No, there's no ducks in the story.
But what about all these superhero ducks? They were great heroes, they could help.
No, there's no ducks in the story, Tommy. No. The next guy came, he was the hero of the story.
Chipper Jones!
No, Chipper Jones is not in the story. Okay, it's actually, it was a Samaritan.
A Samaritan? Who's that?
Well, they were a half-breed.
Oh, you mean like a cockapoo?
No, a half-breed. He was half Jewish and half Gentile. And none of the Jews liked him because he was half Gentile, and none of the Gentiles liked him because he was half Jewish. And so they come from a long line of families that nobody really liked. But he saw the man in need, and he quickly bent down and bandaged the man up, and he helped him out. He put bandages on his sores.
That's a Subway napkin.
No, they didn't have Subway. That was just a bandage. I didn't have a bandage, so he's going to wrap him up like this. And he even picked up the man, and he put him on his own donkey.
That's not a donkey, that's a tractor.
Well, it's a deer. Okay, well, let's see if I get another one. Okay, he put the man on his own donkey, and he carried him all the way to the next town. And when they got to the next town, there was an innkeeper there.
Wow, that innkeeper has really cool clothes.
No, well, innkeepers probably didn't dress like that, but actually that's the only thing I had. I didn't have any other clothes for him to wear. So the man said, will you take care of this man for me? And here's a denarii. And if this doesn't cover it, I'll be back in a few days to pay you or reimburse you whatever it takes to take care of this man.
You would do this for uncle or a cousin?
No, this is, it's just my neighbor.
Oh, we'll take care of him from here. We'll see you in a couple of days.
I'll be back. And the Samaritan left, and he came back in a few days to make sure the man was well. Now, who in the story was the neighbor? Was it the high priest? Oh! It's wearing a cut-up mitten? No. Was it the Levite, played by Chewbacca? No, it wasn't. And of course it was the Samaritan, because he showed mercy on the hurting man. Then Jesus said, "Go and do likewise."